Not comfortable today. Not comfortable. Don't know why. Don't know why.
Do I always have this one?
She's Fiona.
It's very bulky.
She's Fiona.
We need to clap.
She's Fiona.
We need to clap.
No, we do the introduction, then we clap.
Okay.
She's Fiona.
And he's Ben.
This is Push Pull Health. oh dear. That's
Start
concerning.
again.
I've got a bit of a sore throat.
Start again.
She's Fiona.
And he's Ben.
This is Push Pull Health. Push Pull Health.
Pushing your health from the pulse of life.
That's concerning. I've got a tickle. I have got a tickle just before starting. And you're sick. You're already sick. So that's worrying, isn't it?
Well, I just have the start of a flu.
Let's hope it's psychological.
It's not.
So I'm getting sick.
I'm not sure.
Oh, dear. It's a shame. It's a shame. Episode behavioural change. Behaviour change. No, me. That's what it is. This is what this is all about. Get to it. Get to the point.
Well, first of all, why don't we just say Happy New Year, everyone?
Don't care.
Oh.
No one cares.
Okay. Well, I care, so Happy New Year,
Ian, what was his name? Ian Taylor said on YouTube, I watched 2 minutes of this and I stopped. Too much waffle. Bloody hell, Ian. Not this. Is this the ones I do by myself? The Daily Rot.
And what have you learned from that, Ben?
Well, we already knew this, but that's so encouraging, isn't it? So some random person stumbled upon that video somehow, however the algorithm works, and gave me 2 minutes. The annoying thing about that video, that particular one, it was about an Audi shop, and I was whinging about Audi and people recording themselves in Audi. Hi guys, follow my weekly shop.
Yes.
The first time someone did that, not bad. A little bit different. Now it's, oh my God. So do you have to keep watching the reel 20 times to tick off everything they put in the basket? Because it's like this, isn't it? It's bread, milk, dark chocolate, 85%. Not milk chocolate, that's unhealthy.
Okay, so...
Avocado, and it's quite quick. So...
Okay, so we're not talking about that episode right now,
right,
are we?
that was my point. But
okay.
the
have
annoying...
you listened? Have you taken Ian's feedback
The
on
annoying
board?
thing about that episode is, yes, I was introducing the show. I was going, this is Push Pull Health. La 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 la. I'm Ben. What I asked you to do. So I hadn't even got to the point.
That's the problem. You do have a bit of a problem getting to the point.
Well, I thought that's what you need to do. She's Fiona. I'm Ben. This is Push Pull Health. I thought you need to introduce the show.
Well,
I can't win either way. I introduced the show. Oh, mate, I listened 2 minutes of it waffling. Oh. If I dive straight into the topic, it's like, oh, bloody hell. You know, who are you? What's your name? What do you do? What's Push Pull Health? Give us a chance, mate.
People don't have time for waffle, Ben, in this day and age, unfortunately.
Okay, right. But thank you, Ian.
Yes, thank you, Ian.
Thank you
I've
very
been trying
much.
to tell Ben that for I don't know how
That's
long.
great, though, isn't it? That is something.
Yes.
That's what you want. That's exactly what you want.
So is it going to be New Year, New You, Ben? On Ian's feedback?
Potentially, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll try.
Behavioural
try.
change. I like how it's blending in.
Yeah, that's why I did it on purpose, because it all blends in.
Good. Excellent.
This is going to have to be a two-parter, because there's a lot. There's a lot, and that's okay. Not a problem.
And we're a bit
And
unwell.
you're sick, and my throat is tickling.
Sick club. Don't worry about the camera.
Oh.
So what are we talking
You're
about
the Push Pull
today?
Health grip. You set all this up, all the lights. It looks
good.
Does it?
Really good today.
Who knows?
Who knows? Anywho. New Year, New You, Ben. Let's move on.
We've said that 4 times, haven't we?
Just really getting the concept.
Let's go.
in.
So we're just going to go through some. What are they? What do we call these? What are they?
Podcasts.
Huh?
What or what?
The notes.
Oh, right. Okay. So I'll read out what you said. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in a year and underestimate what they can achieve in 10 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Do I sound as
You sound disgusting.
Oh.
You sound hideous, and I'm concerned.
Okay.
I'm worried.
Explain that, Ben.
Is there
Well,
much
there's
to
not
explain?
really to explain.
But it's
is
the
it?
same. It's the same with. Actually, no. Thinking about it, no, it's not the same. That can go wrong because you can think, well, hang on. In the month of January, everyone's miserable. Near me. This month sucks. So what can I achieve in January? Because I was going to say, well, hang on, let's take that quote and let's just break it down. Yes, the year. Yes, 10 years. But that's just, what can you get done in a month?
So you're thinking short-term goals versus long-term goals.
Yes, but actually, no. Forget what I'm about to say. No, it does work. Because that's the point, isn't it, about January? That's the issue. It's short term. Everyone's short term. Oh, no, you're near me. It's not new year, new me. This has to now last. I need to find a form of exercise I can stomach twice a week. A diet I can stick to for longer than 10 minutes. For the whole of 2025. No, it's I've got to find something quick. Very quick, because I need to get through January. I need to lose all this weight. I need to get all these habits implemented. It needs to be quick.
Yes.
So extreme weight loss. Doing spin classes 6 times a week. It's get to February. Oh, that was
Exhausting.
That was not good. I've lost loads of weight, but now what? Oh, brilliant. You ready to go for the next 11 months? Sorry? Yeah, what you've done in January, fantastic start. Now you've got to maintain that for the rest of the year.
And do more.
Is that okay? Well, I haven't actually eaten any solid foods all month. Oh, right. Yeah, I've just been counting syns and points. Oh, dear. Okay. Fine. You've lost weight. So you've done something. You've achieved something. Can you sustain that for the rest of the year?
But not if you're not eating.
Oh, I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. No, I was pretty miserable, actually, the whole of January. Even more than I thought I'd be. All right. But you've lost weight. You've started exercising. Why are you not happier? Oh, I was miserable the whole time. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Right. That's a problem.
Eyes are very scratchy. I do apologise.
Okay. Well, it's fine. It's just part one, Fiona. It's part one. Don't worry. Just get through it.
I feel like I'm blinking a lot. My eyes hurt.
Okay.
Looking at you hurts.
We get it. We get it. It's part one. It's going to be short and sweet to the point. That was a bit of a rant, but I think it was
an effective
useful.
rant. Maybe.
Made sense. So oh, bloody hate when that happens. God.
Well, I'm doing it to move on.
Well, what did you think of that? These rants and these random outbursts.
I'm agreeing, because I'm talking to you as we're going along. So I'm agreeing with you
so
then.
The outbursts are just, yes, they can be random at times, but they're to stimulate conversation. Yes. I'm like, right, what do you think of that, Fiona? Sometimes you'll go, God, do you know what that was? Because you're the lame person. You're just the average person, the Gen Pop. That's what you are. That's why you're here. That's why I allow you to be on. That's why I allow you to be on the show, because you can represent. You can be a voice of the people.
I have no clue what's going on.
Right, the average person who's just struggling to get through the month in one piece.
I'm struggling to get through today.
To find a form of exercise they can stomach twice a week. Is struggling to find a diet they can stick to for longer than 10 minutes. That's what you're there for.
Yes. Well,
you're representing the people.
Good.
I'm not. I get it. I'm a little bit crazy. I'm a bit strange.
You're what? A little
narcissistic
crazy.
Ramblings. We get it.
Yes. Where's the cat?
The cat's not here. And it's, you put him there, you maybe get a couple more subscribers, but he started eating the roadcaster.
I've got photographic
and
evidence.
That's pretty disgusting.
I've got video evidence.
The guy is a CU star T. And I'm one as well. I can appreciate a good CU star T when I see one. But this guy's on a different level. This guy's on another level.
He's a sweetheart.
I call him a guy, he's a cat. He's an animal.
Right. Moving on.
Oh dear. 9 minutes in. Yikes.
Yep. Temporal landmarks and New Year's resolutions.
Okay, so we're just going to get into...
What is a temporal landmark?
What do you call... So this is what I meant. What do you call these? So they're podcast notes. You're correct.
Yes. So they're distinct events that stand out in time, such as New Year, New Month, New Week, etc.
I mean the
that
things...
help us. It doesn't matter what these are called, Ben, does it?
Okay.
Does it realistically matter?
No.
No. So move on. Stop procrastinating over what these notes are called.
Jeez, I've just realised that there is absolutely zero talking into the mic.
So, can I say what temporal landmarks now without you interrupting me?
Temporal landmark. I'm not here to make jokes. I am not here to make jokes.
My head is
throbbing. This is serious.
My throat is sore.
This is push-pull health.
My nose is running.
This is
my eyes are
push-pull
scratchy.
health. This is very serious.
And you're literally talking into my ears at a volume.
Okay. Doesn't matter what they are. Sorry, I can't hear you.
You
can't
can.
hear you.
You can. Right. Temporal landmarks. They're distinct events that stand out in time, such as New Year, New Month, New Week, etc., birthdays, weekends, whatever, to help us segment our lives.
Birthday?
Well, it's a landmark, isn't it? I will lose 2 stone for my birthday. I will lose 2 stone for the wedding.
Make a birthday wish.
I will lose 2 stone for my holiday.
Any day that you feel like you can reset, if it's gone wrong, if the year is going down the toilet, oh, it's okay, it's Monday. I'll start again Monday.
Yes.
Just makes you feel a little bit better. Makes you feel a little less shit.
Yeah. So the common New Year, New You mentality
New year, new you. New year, new me.
Hey, no, you did that. Comes from these landmarks where we believe that our future self will be able to accomplish things our present self has struggled with.
Present self, right. Yes. Yeah. Right. We expect to wake up, don't we, in the new year? And think, oh, this guy's going to deal with this.
Who's this guy?
I have not found this guy, the future self. This guy, the future me, will deal with all this rubbish. All the stuff I know I need to do, or I should try and work on, improve, start implementing some better habits. He'll deal with it. So I'm this person on the 31st of December who, needs to work, needs to start doing some stuff. This guy needs work. The person on not the first, because that's a write-off probably. The second, he will be a new person. They will be. She will be. They will be a new person, and they will deal with all this stuff I need to deal with in the new year.
How though?
Exactly.
Because what's been implemented in those 48 hours, your mindset just doesn't change, does it?
No, unfortunately not.
And you still have all of the other things. So all the excuses that you had, such as time, money, they're still a problem 48 hours later. Because that's what most people do. They have an excuse. Oh, I'll wait until the new year.
There's not a lot of planning.
Yeah.
You expect to start implementing all these better habits and this new exercise routine and this new diet. You start to think that this is all going to fit into your routine.
Yes.
You haven't actually sat down and gone,
how
right,
am I going to do it?
I'm looking to find a form of exercise I can stomach twice a week. That's fantastic. That's great. That's what we do at Pushable Health. That's what we do. This is all I do. Right, where are you going to fit that in? Well, I'll just do it.
When?
Okay. Love the energy. Where's it going to go? Are you going to do it in the morning? Are you going to do it on your lunch break? What about the evening after work?
We need to get some
I'll just get it done.
smart goals in place.
I'll just get it done. Future self, he'll deal with that. Right. Same person, though.
But present self has to organise it for future self.
Where is he when you lumber all this shit on him? What's he going to do? Where's he going to slot this in? This form of exercise? The diet that you're going to now stick to for longer than 10 minutes. Which diet? How? What are you going to do? Oh, I know what I do. I'll watch some Aldi shops. Oh, I know what I do. I'll go on Instagram, look at people's recipes.
Do you have time to follow those recipes?
Are you using the recipes? I said off camera, and it links in a little bit. January, what people are looking for, motivation. We've talked about discipline. But everyone's motivated. Not everyone, but a lot of people are motivated to get going in the new year. Temporal Landmark. Right, brilliant. It's the pinnacle, isn't it? The new year is the pinnacle of temporal landmarks. They might join a gym. They might join a fitness class. They might start a diet. And then look for inspiration, look for additional inspiration or inspiration to help them along their journey of joining the gym, of joining a Weight Watchers class, of joining something. They will then go on Instagram and social media and start looking at recipes, high protein recipes, Aldi shops. This is my weekly shop, guys. Okay, right. I don't think the inspiration's helping though. I don't think looking at other people's Aldi shops or looking at other people making a high protein chocolate brownie is inspiration. Fitspo. Is that what it is? Fitness inspiration. Is that the hashtag?
No idea.
It's that.
Is it? Fitspo.
I completely get it, but it's not. That might get you through January. That all this stuff that people will start doing.
Yeah, but does it not then become overwhelming because you're trying to maintain this new lifestyle whilst looking at all of these other things?
Of course, but it helps. But it's inspirational, isn't it? It's motivational. I just don't know what to buy from the shop. Hi guys, look at me go around Aldi. I just don't know what protein is. I just don't know I don't know how to cook. How do you make a high protein brownie? Well, hello. Here's my whisk. Again, I'm not making jokes. I said off camera.
I actually could never imagine you with a whisker Ben.
I'm going to have to. Right, this is the point. I'm going to have to, aren't I?
Oh.
Because some guy that I saw seems like a lovely bloke. Lovely bloke. He's grown numerous followers, thousands of followers this month. And I've seen his content. And I think this year is pretty much just been him sitting in the kitchen making recipes. So what you do, you sit in the kitchen and you click your fingers. You go, yeah, oh, God. Oh, no, hang on. Sorry. Sometimes you watch someone else make the recipe first. So you've got someone in the corner, someone else making the recipe, and you going, oh, that looks scrummy. Okay, yeah. Oh, maybe I'll make that. Oh, yeah, very good. So you have to watch this person watching someone else. That's kicking off the video. And then they will sit there, empty table. Yeah, God, that looks high protein brownie. That looks lovely. Oh, all the ingredients appeared out of nowhere. Oh my God, I'm so inspired. Oh my God, this is so inspirational. Fitzbo.
I think we're getting off the track of what we're talking about.
Okay, right, let's get back on track. But you see the overriding point.
That's quite funny, though.
You see the overriding point. And I know I need to do this. I've got to join. I keep saying it. I've just got to put my own spin on it. But January is just the overriding point. The temporal landmarks that you've mentioned. The overriding point is January is just an awful time to get started with something.
Yes.
It makes perfect sense to start a new fitness routine, a new diet routine. Of course. New year, near me. Start of the year.
Yes. And
temporal landmark. Just the worst time.
And then you've got all of these fitness people and whatnot sending emails out, 50% off. Oh, you can do this for £5.
You know, a lot of people will jump on the 27th. I saw loads of people. I'm part of these groups. I need to look at them more because they're working. They're doing stuff. They are getting followers. 27th of December. 6-week program. And you think, oh, really? God, just let people just get through the rest of the year. But of course, Jesus Christ. The 27th. You just had potentially, well, you've had a whole month of it, but you've had 3 days of just gluttony. Oh my God, I feel miserable. I need to, and the thing is, that's good as well. It's actually a good mindset. I need to get started before the new year. 6-week program.
Yeah, but the majority of people, are they thinking like that, starting before the new year?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I suppose as you get older.
Well, some are.
You know, the reason why most people wouldn't really probably start beforehand is because you've got New Year's Eve, don't you? So you might go out for dinner.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. You don't start on the 27th. You just start the program. You pay for it.
I thought you started.
Well, maybe you start something. Maybe you start.
Oh, just to pay for it. Oh, yeah, that's a really good idea.
Yeah. Well, maybe you do technically start, but it's like week 1. Let's just get through the rest of the year. Enjoy New Year's. Have a great time. But here's step 1. You don't say, right, get in the gym. Start dieting. Start going on an extreme diet. You just spend the first week just rounding off the year, finishing the year off strong, starting to think, right, okay, going into the new year.
Emptying the cupboards, eating your mince pies.
Right, which is perfectly fine. Of course it is. It's actually better doing that way. I guess I've brought this up to moan about it, but it's probably actually better doing it that way. And people that sign up for it on the 27th of December, good mindset.
So it's like the fresh start effect, isn't it?
Yes.
So that gives us renewed enthusiasm and optimism about our goals. So tell me, is there any drawback to the fresh start effect?
Well, it's there, isn't it, Fiona? This often leads to procrastination or last-minute indulgence before the fresh start.
Such as what we just said.
This often leads to procrastination or a last-minute indulgence before the fresh start. Yes, so that links in.
Yes.
So you get to the end of the year, you go for it over Christmas and over New Year's because you're like, don't worry, future self will deal with this. All this weight gain, all these habits, everything I know I need to do. Future self, January the 2nd. They got it. They got it.
So how would you advise somebody then to be able to maintain? What kind of objectives do they have to put in, or kind of behaviours do they have to put in?
Well, just get through January in one piece.
Yeah, but most people will get through January in one piece, won't they? Do you mean that not
Well, they will get through
Not
in one.
stopping your goals or not being disheartened. What do you mean by that? Get by in one piece.
They will get through it in one piece, just about, whilst also then engaging in these extreme fads and an extreme diet, in an extreme exercise routine that isn't sustainable for their life.
So you're telling them to kind of look at SMART goals and stuff like that. Find something that they can stick to. Don't even achievable.
Yes.
In a time frame.
Oh God, we're not talking about smart.
Yeah, but
we are. It's on the list to demonise it because smart goals suck.
Yeah, no,
they're rubbish.
Yeah, but that's what you're basically saying. You're saying don't look at the short term, look at the actual long term.
No, I'm not. No, I'm saying just get through January in one piece. Okay. I'm saying don't even worry about trying to find a form of exercise you can stomach twice a week. Don't get too stressed about it. If you can do something twice a week that is manageable, that actually fits it. If you sit down and go, does this fit into my life?
Okay.
Go for a walk. Get outside.
Don't, because you get colds then.
Get a 15, 20-minute walk in twice a week with your favourite podcast, and we'll get into this later, about habit stacking and temptation bundling and all this stuff, maybe on part 2. I'm not discouraging people to go out and start trying to find a form of exercise they can stomach in January. But chances are it will be something that's extreme. Because if you are starting from fresh, not just picking up your existing exercise routine or diet that you had before and just go, all right, okay, let's get back on track then. Because people that do that will just pick it up and they will go, oh, I feel a bit sluggish, haven't exercised as much. But I had a routine before Christmas. That's why I was banging on the drum, wasn't I, before Christmas? About the whole New Year thing. No, don't do that. Start putting things in place now in November so you can just pick them back up in the new year. If you're starting afresh in January and you hate exercise and you've never been able to find a form of exercise that you can stomach, and your diet, deep down, that's probably not the best. Needs tweaking slightly. Doing all that in January is a recipe for disaster. Some people will get through January on the other side and they will go, God, you know what? I made it. I have found it. I still don't like exercising. My diet is still a little bit hit or miss. I still overindulge over the weekend. But yeah, you know what? Maybe I can stick to this.
It's about baby steps.
I don't think most people will they?
Probably not.
Because it's too extreme.
So you just said there that about demonising SMART goals. Why? Why do you want to demonise them?
In a fitness setting, just not good.
Oh, okay.
Not good.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's more so for, well, we use them at work, don't we? Businesses, project management.
Yeah, a CEO trying to get their workforce to work harder. You've got to make sure that during the day, your goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound.
Yeah, but what's achievable to one person is not achievable to another. That's the problem with that. And sometimes things take longer for one person than does another. That's what I don't like.
Right.
SMART.
So, of course, they have to be specific, yes.
And measurable. How do they know? Compared to a CEO to a worker, how do they know that they're measurable?
I just can't imagine that people are writing SMART goals on the whiteboard, on the vision board, and going, oh, yes. Yes. I get up every morning and look at my SMART goals. And go, oh, this is it. Oh, specific, right? Of course, what I have to do today in terms of embracing my rotten attitude.
There's another one.
Has to be specific.
Literally just a 3-step one. It's what are we going to do? How are we going to do it? And when are we going to do it by? Basically, I can't remember the actual thing. That's the one I like.
Okay.
Because you're not setting anything in stone. You're recognising what you need to do. You're saying how you're going to do it and when you're going to do it by. Simple.
Take the pressure off. All this stuff, it just puts pressure on people. Maybe we should stop the episode now. Talking about this stuff is actually just putting pressure on people. So by the time this comes out, we'll be at the back end of January. So that's what I thought would be a good idea. And no one's watching or listening yet, and that's okay.
Ian.
Well, not anymore.
Oh.
He gave me 2 minutes and he had enough.
I wish I only gave you 2 minutes.
But no one's listening or watching, and that's not a problem. That is not a problem. 2025, new year near me. We keep going. There's just too much pressure.
So the problem with SMART goals is they often lack flexibility needed for real world situations and can be too rigid, which is what we just said, and can be far too rigid. It doesn't work in a health fitness session.
Potentially. Don't worry about it. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Don't put too much pressure on your future self. Okay. It's too much pressure, isn't it, Fiona?
Yes.
If you would have started the year and gone, do you know what? Right, I'm ready. I'm going to join this new class. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'd like to see how many people get through to February and they go, do you know what? This is doable. I can maintain this for the rest of the year.
So you're saying that by taking those baby steps, it's about the concept of multifinality.
Oh, right. That's
what you're talking about.
very clever. So you've gone into the next step. Right. Very good.
One has to
That was seamless.
So multifinality means that you do one action which can support multiple higher level goals, such as you were mentioning about going for that walk, taking that 15 minutes walk for yourself, doing it twice a week.
Right, twice a day. Why not?
Which will then help you with other things, won't it? It'll improve your step count. It will help improve your sleep, hopefully, and it'll set you into a good habit.
Yeah, okay. Well, for that's, yeah. What else do we need to expand on? Doing one thing can then snowball into something else, but they're all small. That's the thing.
Yes, baby steps.
Not just doing one thing, not one massive thing leads to something else that's also just undoable.
I remember when me and Lisa, we went to spin class.
Oh, yeah.
And we were just like, right, we're going on a diet. We're going hell for leather.
Yeah, nice.
And that was it. We had paid for a new membership. We paid for everything. We were going for walks. We were doing all sorts of things.
Was this New Year, New Me?
I'm not really sure what it was. I can't rightly remember. But we're on this massive weight loss journey anyways together. We went to a spin class and it was our first one going and we went hell for leather on it. We weren't able to go for another week because we were so sore and in so much pain.
Oh dear.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Yep. And then obviously our mindset had changed because we were just like, well, F this, because we don't want to feel like this every single time. But obviously it was just, we didn't give our bodies a chance. So we literally went to a spin class, which is really difficult. We could barely go to the toilet. Like, it was so painful. And yeah, we ended up not going for ages after that. It wasn't a week. It was like a good 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
And we were still sore.
How are they going now?
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh.
I'd love to go back.
Oh,
but
dear.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Right. Well, that's good. I appreciate you sharing that with the listeners and the viewers.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're going hell for leather. Whereas what I started at the beginning of last year was doing my 10,000 steps. Yes, sometimes I'm not hitting my 10,000 steps, but I'm still going out for my walk.
Did you sit down? Did you sit down in advance and go, right, how are we going to fit this into our routine? So our current routine now, we can make some time. There's always time.
We were getting up at 6 a.m.
Right.
And then we'd go home and shower. We knew what we were doing into the routine, but it wasn't a realistic run. Because obviously if I was working and stuff like that, then obviously I wasn't able to go. So I never took that into consideration. I just took into short term in university for the next 4 weeks. I'm not on placement, so it doesn't really, I can do it for the next 4 weeks. So I was doing it in the short term. But by going hell for leather, I wasn't even able to go because I was so sore.
Right. So that summarises what we've just discussed.
Yes.
Very good. I don't know if they heard, because I don't know if you're talking to the mic, but yeah, hopefully they heard. Hopefully they got a snippet of it, which is nice. Which is nice for
So
them.
let's talk a little bit about dieting.
Oh, are we finished on the
yes, we're finished.
multifinality?
We spoke about it.
Having
he's got more.
Well, there's some notes here, isn't there? Having several reasons to stick with a goal makes it easier to stay motivated, even when one part of the goal isn't fully achievable or isn't going to plan.
Mm-hmm.
If it's all just one thing, if it's just about losing weight, seeing the scales drop, if that's just it, if that's just the goal, the only thing that matters.
It's about how you feel at the end. So if you haven't lost 1 pound or 2 pound that week, but your sleep has improved, you are feeling better, your clothes feel a little bit looser, surely that's going to keep you motivated.
Reduce stress.
Yeah, surely that's going to keep you motivated. The scales, I hate the bloody scales.
Right, but it only will if you look at things bit by bit. If you look at steps, it's step one, this. You have the overriding goal. Oh, I want to lose weight. I want to lose 20 pounds. Right, fine. That's not a problem. But if you're doing everything else, like you just said, and it's going okay, and you feel a bit better, but you then step on the scales once a week and your weight's not changed, all that's gone. It's all gone to shit instantly.
It could be another thing as well. Somebody who's got arthritis on their knees, for example, and they're on this weight loss journey, and although the scales isn't going down, they've actually noticed an improvement of their pain because there might be less pressure. Because although they might not be losing weight on the scales, they are actually losing weight because the scales just aren't active. So their body is responding better.
Well, they might have not when they step on the scales.
The flexibility is better.
On that day in particular, if they're only weighing themselves, say, once a week, and I think we've talked about this before, haven't we?
You're
There's a
a stickler for this.
whole host of reasons as to why the scales on that day is not telling you what you want, hasn't gone down, is remaining the same, or God forbid it's gone up. There could be a whole host of reasons.
Mm.
And of course, it's demoralising, isn't it?
Yes.
I've stuck to my routine, my new routine. I've stuck to it all week. I'm feeling good. And the scales have mugged me right off. Oh, that's it then. It's Friday. The weekend approaches.
Where's me bottle of wine?
Let's press the button.
The effort button.
And here we go again. Right. Okay, sure. Maybe got time for one more then, and the other ones will have to come in part 2.
Dieting. Rigid and flexible dieting.
Do you want to talk about dieting, or do you want to talk about the habits? Habit stacking, temptation bundling. Number 4. Which one do you think we should finish off on?
So rigid, restrained dieting. So
Rigid versus flexible dieting, isn't
Yep.
it? Okay.
So rigid, restrained dieting, or restricted dieting,
Yes.
which you say in your little spiel at the beginning,
I did, yeah.
involves strict rules, perfectionization, and narrow food choices. This leads to unsustainable behaviours and often disordered eating patterns. I am going to eat broccoli and chicken for the next 7 days.
If you're lucky. If you actually decide to actually eat anything.
Can I just say to the listeners, get yourself a steamer. It is a game changer.
Oh, it is. God, you're very lucky, weren't you? Because you weren't very good last year. You were bad.
What do you mean?
So I don't know why.
What do you mean I was
I
bad?
don't know why the big man has delivered you a steamer. Because you're awful.
Oh, I love my steamer. I'm using it like literally every day.
Quite sure why you got that in the first place.
So nice.
This whole naughty list, I'm not.
So your veg,
Not too sure about it.
Your veg, everything is just so much nicer. So if you do want to have chicken and broccoli, put your broccoli in a steamer. It's so much nicer. You might actually be able to stick to it then. Probably not because it's boring, but
At least it's food. At least you're actually eating food rather than juicing.
yeah.
At least if you start labelling your food with as sins or points or good and bad,
Everything's
a
okay
recipe
in
for a disaster,
moderation.
potentially. But it does work for some people. You okay over there, Fiona?
No, I really need to sneeze, but it's not coming and it's really
Don't do
annoying
it.
me.
We've got another maybe 5-10 minutes. Let's finish strong, and then we'll come back for round 2 next week.
Okay.
That's on camera.
What?
That weird look.
It's because I'm trying not to sneeze. It's there. I can feel it. So I have to make these funny faces.
People don't care. Do you think Ian Taylor cares about your sneezing?
Probably does a little bit.
He's turned off.
Well, yeah, he's not watching, so he's never even going to know about this.
I asked him to come back in 12 months.
Because of you.
No, I asked him. I said, Ian, great, taken on board. Come back in 12 months.
So you told him to like literally F off and come back 12 months later.
No, so that's being polite.
Yes.
I was like, Ian, that what you've just said is really useful. Come back
I've been saying this for you for years.
come back in 12 months. No, of course we all know it. That's fine. But some random
There's an
person said
elephant
it.
in the room.
Some random person said it, and it's great.
Yes, you just need that other
So Ian,
feedback.
I'll see you in 12 months. Well, you wait.
Oh.
I'm gonna get my chef's hat on, and I'm gonna join the crowd because that's what it takes.
So
Apparently,
flexible restraint dieting. So we talked about rigid.
yeah.
Let's talk about the flexible.
Oh, please, that's
Focuses on pragmatism. It's more flexible. Room for small deviations and less guilt. Research shows that flexibility leads to better long-term sustainability in both diet and overall behaviours. Juice diets, sins, points, not good for the long term. All right for the short term, but not good for the long term.
potentially. Again, for some people, maybe there are people out there that are just juicing all the time, all year. They're on a constant juice diet and it's working.
Yeah.
You've got Huel.
Who?
Huel's a bit better. Huel's a shake.
Oh yeah.
It's better. It's got your protein in.
I did quite like those shakes we used to make.
Got your nutrients in. What shakes?
Protein shakes, but you made them far too thick.
Yeah, but they're a little bit different, aren't they?
Yeah, well, yeah.
But if you're only living off homemade protein shakes,
Well, I get bored.
you can bulk them up. You can put all sorts of fun stuff in. But if that's all you're consuming every day for one of your meals, not a problem. A nice breakfast, a late breakfast, a lunch, fine.
Well, I eat the same breakfast every single day.
People are obsessed with, hence why, going back to the recipes, going back to all that stuff, they're obsessed with new stuff. If you tell someone, If you tell someone you're going to go on a diet, they freak out. Oh my God, diet. Oh, restrictive. Oh my God. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do it. I can't. No, unsustainable. So don't even say that. Right, we're going to look at your current diet. What tweaks can we start making? Small tweaks that are manageable and doable for your life. Not juice diets. If they're doable, if you feel like you could do them and stick to them for the long term, right. As I said, there must be some people out there where it works. Or it gets them going and they've somehow, in between the juicing or counting the points or counting the syns, they have found a way to sustain this or found other habits in the meantime. They've picked other habits up that they can sustain for the long term. What was my point?
I'm just thinking about the sneeze.
No,
Sorry.
I see. Okay.
I'm very distracted.
That's great.
I'm sorry about that.
That's great. So for the most part, this stuff, you cycle off. Juice diets, counting points and syns. I keep mentioning, this is just an example. There's lots of other wacky diets. But you cycle on and off them. The point is...
Sure, I've started and restarted Slim and Word multiple times.
Oh, my God. We don't want to get sued for you.
Yeah, but I have.
No one's listening or
It's my
watching.
personal.
No one's listening or watching.
Yeah, but I have.
Right. So you cycle on and off them. The point is, yes, you have small deviations throughout the year, but the point is you need to find a form. No, sorry, you need to find a diet. It's not a form of exercise. You need to find a diet that you can stick to forever, for the most part, forever. Not just 1 month out of 12, for 11 and a half months.
It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change.
That sounds lame, but yes. Yeah. And then you have your small...
I think that's what Slim and Word says.
Okay. You have your small deviations, don't you? Like we've just had with Christmas. Like you do when you go on holiday.
And the cheesecake
where
for
you
your
can
birthday.
enjoy, see, overindulge a little bit. And you beat yourself up. We all do. Even people that have been doing it a long time that have found a routine that works for them. You still beat yourself up. Oh, God, I've overindulged. I feel a bit ugh. And they can just get straight back on. They still feel ugh. They still feel that regret, that shame of over-consuming, of not moving as much as they'd like. But they just restart. Not cycling on and off. Constantly. It's the constant cycling on and off. The amount of people in the new year that I'm sure that might have joined something like Slimming World or Weight Watchers. And I've mentioned them before. I moan about them. It works for some people. I would just like to know how many people join these groups. And there's lots of good things about them. Accountability, the community aspect. It's all right, fine. Keeps you accountable.
Keeps you motivated as well because you meet people there who are in the same.
But how many people are coming and going?
Yeah, a lot.
So you lose a bit of weight. You go off, great, I've done it. We've achieved the goals in the short term. And then you go back to what?
Putting the weight on.
People are coming and going all the time. That's what we need to get away from. Not constantly going through periods of, oh, I've lost loads of weight. Oh, I'll put it back on again. Oh, I've lost loads of weight. I'll put it back on again.
Yeah, it's yo-yo, isn't it? It's yo-yoing.
It's demoralising, isn't it? It sucks. But for some reason, there doesn't ever seem to be that correlation, does there?
Well,
hang on, fucking hell. For some reason, something funny, Fiona? I don't.
It's like you're on a rotation. But for some reason. If
I can just get my point out, please.
Right, well, get to it. Ian's listening.
Why do these people... He's on. We've made that very clear. He's made that very clear. For some reason, people don't blame the diet. You tell me, the average person, what do they blame? Oh, okay.
If you'd let me.
I hadn't finished my sentence, but right.
Yes, but you just asked me the question, so I don't need it to be explained in another way. So for me personally, and I know Lisa was the same as me, and probably a lot of other people as well, when you do go to these things, for me personally, my journey with Slimming World was I would lose the weight, fantastic, but then my weight would then stay the same.
Fantastic.
It would stagnate, so it would remain the same, and that's when I would jump out because I'm just like, well, I'm not losing the weight now.
Okay, right.
So that would be my problem because they don't actually tell you about your calorie defects.
Who?
Defects.
No, they probably say it that way, yeah. You have got a calorie defect.
Deficit.
Yeah. No, right. I don't know. Maybe they've updated their
So I
wackiness.
think that's what it is, because I'm going in and I'm eating because I'm allowed to, I'm eating my 20 baked potatoes a day.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so I'm eating my 20 baked potatoes a day. I'm not measuring my
20?
pasta. Yeah, you don't have to measure it. Beauty of it.
Free foods, is that what it's called?
That's your free food. So I'm eating all of that a day. And then 3 weeks later, so I've lost like my water weight. So I've lost 3 pounds in the first week. I've lost 2 pounds in the second week. And then the third, fourth, fifth and sixth week, I'm still lobbing in that amount of potato. I'm not losing any weight. Oh, what's happening? Well, maybe I should reduce some of that potato.
Right, but does that answer my question? Why, when people go on and off?
Because they stagnate and they're not losing the weight then, and that's the problem.
Right, but it's
the education, isn't it? They don't understand. They have to start reducing.
Right, so they don't ever put 2 and 2 together.
I don't know.
So they go some. Well, no, they don't do that. That's it, isn't it? Right, we've done it.
We've sussed it out.
That's it. So they go to. I'm not famous.
It's any diet. It's not. It's just because I've done Slimming World, so that's why I'm going to use Slimming World. It's a personal experience.
Not famous enough yet to be sued, so just take it easy.
Yes, but I'm talking about my personal experience.
Exactly.
And my opinions.
So any weight loss group, any program, anything. We're just using some examples. If you join them, get results, and then leave again after you got results, I always assume that people will blame that person or that personal trainer or that diet or that group. But no, it's not the case, is it? Some people will go, oh, well, it's their fault. They didn't teach me correctly.
Yeah,
no,
but
hang on. But with this, it's blaming yourself. It's your fault.
Yes.
You're the bad person. I was getting fantastic results with that group. I came away and I suck. I'm an awful person. I just couldn't sustain it. I couldn't do it. So what I need to do, obviously, and I'm sure you get your weekly email or monthly email or whatever, you're part of the newsletter, or they're just once every so often, how are you getting on? How's your weight loss? How's your goals?
I need to jump in because I'm going to forget what I'm saying.
Right. And you go, oh God, do you know what? Personal trainer, do you know what? Slimming World, do you know what? Karen from Slimming World, it's not going too well. Oh, well, you're always welcome back.
So it's about taking your own accountability as well, because what I said there is I shouldn't be lobbing in 20 potatoes a day. And you should know that, but they should be aware of their wording, because people will take a lot of things as gospel. Oh, free food, sweet, I can eat as much as I can. Because that's when I was doing mine, this might not be the correct way, but this is what I was told when I was doing my program, is yes, it's free food. You can have unlimited. They used the word unlimited. I'm just like, okay, well, obviously there's gluttony as well involved. And I ate food that I liked, and we did make those recipes, those quiche. Remember the quiche with the eggs? I used to make them for us. They're the type of things that I would cook.
Delicious.
Because I don't like a lot of carbs. But then you might have people who are hearing this. So what they're saying is correct, but they're relying on people's accountability. So then my accountability is I'm eating 20 potatoes per day. Oh, you're not losing weight. Well, maybe you shouldn't be eating 20 potatoes a day. But you told me it was free food. So it's that confusion, isn't it? You're just like, well, you told me I can eat free food, but now you're saying, actually, no, I have to rein it in. So which is it, Karen? What am I doing?
It could be Karen, it could be Sally, it could be anyone.
It could be anyone.
Lots of names.
Karen's just a good name for Karen.
Right.
We all know Karens.
I had a client, Karen, and there's a joke because I use the word Karen because I know it's quite popular, and she's like, oh God, me again. No, not you, Karen. Not you.
Hi, Karen.
Lovely woman. Not you, Karen.
I think it's just because everyone uses that as a universal name, isn't it?
Yes.
I think for a male name it should be Brian.
Okay, maybe.
I just think that's a good name, isn't it?
Right. Anyway,
Yeah.
Finishing off. So, what was the outcome of that then? So people are blaming themselves a lot of the time.
People aren't taking accountability for what they're doing, and they should be using their own initiative as well. Because whatever these what are they called?
Weight loss groups
Programs. Are kind of saying you do have to use a bit of common sense as well, and recognise actually you can't eat 20 potatoes per day. If you can't eat 4 slices of bread per day because you're going over your sins, then you certainly can't eat 20 potatoes.
But they just can't. But it sounds like they just can't talk about what a calorie deficit is.
Yes, and that's the problem. That's why a lot of people will then stagnate, because their body is so. You might have somebody who's actually under eating, then they're going into Slimming World and they're eating, And they're able to lose that weight because they're exercising as well. But then 4 or 5 weeks later, they're still eating the exact same amount. So they've increased their food intake, or their calorie intake, not their food intake, their calorie intake. And then their weight is stagnation and they can't understand why they're not losing weight. And then you're demonized to get up. Personally, this is how I felt. I was paying £5 to go in on a Friday morning to step up in front of a scales. Oh, what happened this week? Oh, you're up £2. What happened?
Is that still going on?
I don't know. This was years
I'm assuming
ago.
it is.
Well, Karen, I will tell you, I did go out. It was student night on Wednesday night. I did go out on the Raz and I got drunk.
Jesus. Yes.
Got fucking pissed.
Or
Yes.
someone says, do you know what? I've not taken a dump.
Yes. And
Yeah.
it's just...
Sorry, ladies, I've not taken a dump.
But you're demonised in front of these people, and then you have to go. You don't have to. This is choice. But then you go into a little bit of a group, and you're kind of tempted to stay within the group because there's raffles and all that. And then they're kind of just, oh, so what happened this week, Fiona? Why do you think you're up this £2? I went out and I got drunk.
And they're not a little
Demonised.
bit toxic.
You're
because
demonised in front of these people, then that you've put on weight instead of losing weight. Then you've got Barbara in the corner who's lost £5 because it's her first week.
Right, but I've talked to someone before, clients before, about it, and they're not a bit toxic.
Yeah.
Because if someone comes in and they've lost a bit of weight and you haven't, and you've put on weight, oh, well done, Sally, you've done it. Great, here's your certificate. You get certificates like the babies. You give certificates to children. I'm going to start giving out gold stars and certificates. No, what's it called? Like weight loss champion of the week or so? I don't know.
I don't know.
You know,
I never got that.
Oh, you didn't? Right. Oh, all right. But I actually think that's a thing. Again,
Yeah, but
guesswork, but I'm pretty sure they give out certificates going, oh my God, weight losser of the week. I don't know.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying?
it's not fair either, because if you've got somebody who's 20 stone and somebody who's on 10 stone, the person who's on 20 stone is going to lose a lot more water weight than the person who's 10 stone. They don't take any of that into account either.
Right. So
it's really unfair.
all of what you're saying, oh God, it sounds like you've got a bit of, pent up frustration over there. So it sounds like it can be
Yeah.
a little bit toxic.
Yeah, and it's a bit draining because you've got somebody who has made this step for a weight loss journey and to start a weight loss journey, but then they're sitting there in a group setting. Oh well, I've only lost. She started the same week as me. I've only lost £2. She's lost 7, 8, £9. Like,
Right,
what
but you
am
can't
I
say
doing,
this, can you?
What am I doing wrong?
You can't say it because it's the motivation. Get in the group.
because that person's lost £7 more than you, and you started on the same week.
Oh no, but no, Fiona, no. We're all in it together.
It doesn't feel like that. When you're sat in that group, it doesn't feel like that.
If I've put on £2 because I've not had my turd this morning, but Sally over there, she's lost £7. Good for you.
I have to say, their raffles are quite
just
good.
as good for you than I would for me. Just because I've not lost weight, you have, and that's what I feel good about.
The raffles are quite good, though. I won a set of chopping boards, which I
Lovely.
used all throughout uni, and I think I brought them to London with us actually.
Right. Anyway, that's
Sorry,
that's a massive rant about, but I guess it linked in to a degree.
Yeah.
And we answer the question.
I can't remember what the question was. My sneeze has gone though.
The overriding benefit of these groups and why people jump on and
Oh,
off.
why? Yeah, why did? What? Yeah, well, I think so. I think it's the education side of things, isn't it?
Well, the lack of
Yes,
there
that's
isn't
what I
any,
mean.
is there?
Yes, it's the knowledge, the education, it's the accountability, it's a whole host of different things.
Right. Okay. Great.
And then the environment as well. If it starts to become a toxic environment, you're not going to want
Maintenance is the biggest thing. Maintenance.
Yes.
And they're not going to say that, are they? The group is called Weight Watchers and it's called Slemming World. So the idea of saying to someone, we need to get you to the point as quick as possible where you stop losing weight. And that's okay. Because eventually you will stop losing weight or it will slow down.
Or it'll start gaining.
These are the reasons as to why, just to give you a heads up.
Yes.
Or here's a book, here's a pamphlet. Just make sure in 4 to 6 weeks, this may happen. But we want to get you to the point. We want to get you to the point where you haven't got to come anymore. And that's never going to happen, is it? That's never going to be said. I don't want to see you anymore because you know what to do. And if you want to continue to come and come down to the Pushable Health studio, the private studio, if you want to continue to come because you just like my company and you need that motivation and you need someone to give you a bit of a kick up the arse, you need that accountability, no problem. Same with any Weight Watchers groups
Weight
or
loss.
community, whatever, any group you join, any coaching group that you join, any program. If you want to just keep coming for the accountability and that you enjoy being here and being part of this community, no problem. Keep coming. That's fine.
Mm.
But don't keep coming back. Don't keep coming back. Don't keep leaving and coming back again because you've put all the weight back on. You've fallen off your routine. Not just for a week or not just over Christmas, but you've fallen off your routine for another 6 months. Because whatever you're doing wasn't sustainable.
Yes.
Because we failed, didn't we? We failed, I failed. Because what we've done in here clearly wasn't sustainable. You haven't learned anything. We're just taking your money. Start with that. We need to get you to the point as quick as possible where you stop losing weight, and that's okay. Maintenance.
Maybe to do have that chat when you do have to maintenance. I just didn't stick it long enough. So I'm just going by what I'm saying.
I'm not sure, Fiona. I'm not sure.
So
because that their model would die. Because they have to rely on people. Yes, the odd person, the odd people that just stay forever because they just love being part of the community. Like any group, like I've just said.
Well, it's a social thing for some people, isn't it?
But it's start of the new year, back down to the local group. Oh, okay. Why did you put on the weight this time? Why were you not able to sustain your habits? Did you not find a form of exercise you can stomach twice a week? Oh, no, we don't talk about exercise. They don't promote that. Oh, right. Okay, so, right. Did you not the diet that you were on, your diet? Not some wacky diet? Did you struggle to stick to that diet for longer than 10 minutes? Post-group? Post-exercise program? Oh, yeah, no, yeah. I didn't know what to do. I lost the accountability. Oh, so how many times have you done this? Oh, this is the 85th time. So, okay, so you're joining again for the 85th time. Yeah, I just need that boost. Okay, what do you expect to do differently then? So when you leave again, then what?
But I think then...
I've lost all the weight again. I feel on cloud nine. I've dropped all the weight. I feel great.
But I think then what happens with me is then your diet does then start to become a little bit more rigid and a bit more restrictive because you do what you did previously. So you say, right, I'm going to load up on... You follow the same pattern as you did previously. Even though you know that you dropped out and did a lot, you follow the same routine. So if I went on a diet tomorrow, I know exactly what I would be doing. I'd be following the keto diet because that worked for me before. And then so therefore
is it sustainable long term?
No. But therefore you're becoming restricting because you're restricting yourself on your own personal experiences.
So why do it if it's not sustainable long term?
Don't know. I like it. I like the food.
Okay. Right. Why can't you sustain it long term?
Well, I can, but it's time as well. I don't have time to be going down making scrambled eggs and cheese and all sorts of things.
So why do it then?
Don't know. Because I like it.
Why not just take parts of it?
Yes, I can do.
Like any diet.
Yes.
Just take parts of it.
Yes,
if you want to start eating some Slimming World food or Weight Watchers food or whatever, fine, no problem. Have some of it. Just take parts of each diet.
Yes, but my point is my point is that when you do go back to these diets, you then do become restrictive because you eat the same thing that you ate previously, which is therefore becoming restrictive.
Well, counting points and sins is pretty bloody restrictive, isn't it?
Yes.
Anyway, I feel like we're just whinging about it. But,
yes.
But they're the go-to, aren't they?
It's understanding, isn't it?
What they represent loads of other groups that do similar things. Yeah. There's loads of wackiness. There's the Cambridge diet. There's all sorts of just awfully dog shit diets that are unsustainable.
What's that one?
It's keto, effectively.
No.
But some of this stuff, again, will work for people long term. I'd like to see how many of these wacky diets, of these like quite intense, extreme diets work long term, because they're too extreme to work long term. Anyone out there who's been on some form of juicing diet, some form of diet that's extreme? Anyone out there who was counting points and sins for the last 20 years? Great. Please get in touch. Please comment. I'm interested and fascinated. And also, have you been on and off? If you've just been part of that community and you've not gone and not left, or you've just left because of finances or you've moved or whatever, but if you stuck with it just because you love being part of it and it's worked for you and you feel good, great. Please get in touch. If you've joined again because they're near me and this is the 85th time that you've joined, why? Why not? Why have you joined again? And what's going to be different this time? There you go. That's it, isn't it? What's going to be different this time? 2025. What's going to be different this time? Why is this time going to be different? Just because you've told yourself it will be. What are you putting in place? And on part 2, maybe we'll start talking about certain things that you can start maybe putting in place to actually make sure that whatever wackiness you've started in the new year, you can sustain. Not just for January, not just for 1 month, not even for the rest of the year. Forever. Forever. You fuckers have got to stick to this forever. That's the point with the deviations. We've got to cut the short-term shit out.
And
we must.
Episode 2, we'll tell you how.
There's process versus outcome goals, but we've gone over an hour now.
I think that's still going to be for the next podcast, isn't it?
Right, that's fine. Okay, so we'll start part 2 with process versus outcome goals. That was meant to be, but we went on, that was 20 minutes talking about that? Oh dear. Hopefully some good information though. We kept bringing up all these groups, but we had to because it's that short term. Yes. That's what we're talking about. It all links into the short term.
Yeah, but it's not I'm just saying about my own personal experience. Yeah. So
couldn't quite hear you there.
All right, thank you for listening, everyone. Go push your health on the pulse of life or something or another. I'm knackered.
Ian Taylor, there is an app. If you come back, there's an app, and it's pretty good, and it's going to get so much better in the new year because. Sorry, we're in this year. We're already in the year. This is the new year, 2025. It's going to get better because it must. Because I am going to become an online coach, a proper one. Not just doing this just once a year. I'm going to become a proper one because I have to be. And if it means I have to get in the kitchen, I have to start making the recipes, so be it. I have to start walking around the supermarket.
You also have to clean up after yourself.
I have to. So be it. If that's what it takes, just to get the name out there. If I have to engage in the wackiness, so be it. Unfortunately, in the short term, I'm going to have to do something extreme.
Right.
And that goes against everything we've just spoken about.
Shall I just leave? Because I'm ready to leave now while you're continuing.
Did you hear that? I thought that was quite a good way to end stuff.
That was very good, Ben.
I'm going against what I've just said. In the short term, I'm going to have to do something extreme.
Goodbye and good luck.